have not become a patron of the Geocache Talk Network, what are you waiting for? Patron levels start as low as a Bison Tube level at $3 a month. To sign up is easy. Simply go to the Geocache Talk website and click on the Become a Patron button, or go to patreon.com/Geocache Talk. Patrons now get the famous Blackout coin, invites to special events, and other really great items throughout the year. Become a patron today. Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Submit your geocaching milestones and adventures to be published. FTF Magazine is also interactive with puzzles to solve and the hunt to find Spartacus. If you can solve the puzzle or find Spartacus, then you will be entered in to win a special pack tag. Every new subscription, you will receive a special swag pack. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today.
Hi, and welcome to Challenge Talk, part of the Geocache Talk Network. You can watch the show live on the first Sunday of each month. Feel free to jump on over to YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter to watch the broadcast live and join the wonderful and active chat room, or listen to the entire show later on your favorite podcast player. In this episode, we'll be talking about... You'll just have to wait and see. We have a big news tonight for you guys, so we'll get to that in a moment. But we also have prizes to give away each show to our listeners. Between each show, be sure to email your challenge cache finds to challengetalkpodcast@gmail.com, and you could be a winner. Later in the show, we'll also play our special game exclusively for our live audience, the Wheel of Challenges. So listen live, get your email app ready, and follow instructions when the time comes so you can have a chance at winning the grand prize. And later on, we'll also highlight some of the challenge caches you found, and someone will win our monthly giveaway. So hello, I'm Emily, and tonight we have Jesse with us. I think, there you go. There he is. Hey, Jesse, how are you tonight?
Oh, good, but I'm not the big news. But
you're not the big news. I mean, I'm happy you're here, but we just thought it would be great to have you along for the big news.
That's right.
So should we get to the big news right away?
I'd say make them wait another good 30 minutes or so.
Another 30 minutes.
No,
okay,
so
we're just going to
You're going to get in trouble.
You need to go to bed, right?
That's right. That's right.
Too long. So yes, we are going to get right to it for our big news. So yeah, someone popped in. They popped out. There they are again. We have somebody here to be a part of our big news. We have a question mark.
You can tell by the picture. I mean, that should give it all away.
Somewhere tropical. Wave,
somewhere I wish I was.
Lightweight, nice. Nice. Oh, what? Oh, it's Tim. Tim is back with us. Merlin 1392. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Tim, you're part of our big news. You're our beans.
Our big news? Big news tonight?
Yeah.
What's that?
Big news tonight. You're part of our beans.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, someone in the chat says free trips to Hawaii. Is that our news?
I'll take one of those.
I will too.
There you go.
Nice. The three of us are going to Hawaii. That's our big news. No.
Anybody that can fit in my carry-on in 2 weeks can go with me.
Oh, you're going in 2 weeks. That sounds good.
Yeah,
Tom says apparently Tim is full of beans.
That's our news. Well, Tim, people are probably very sure of what it is. And it is that you are a new co-host for Challenge Talk. And we are extending a huge welcome to you to be a part of our great podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a fun time to be on the other side of the camera. And Jeff has been a good friend over the years. And so when he left, I thought, what a better way to keep it on the east side of the country.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not international because I'm in Michigan, but we'll try to keep the east people up.
There you go. Well, we are very excited to have you with us. You bring a lot of stories, a lot of experience, a lot of passion to the topic. So I'm really excited that you'll be a part of this on the regular with us.
Thank you. And yeah, it looks like Acorn Mama knew the cat was out of the bag too. So and I'll say hi to all my friends that are always in the chat room, like Curious KDB and Zipper Tiff. So hopefully I will do justice to the Jeff seat. And
there you go. I'm sure you will.
And we'll do
great job. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, most of our pre-show guesses were about a new co-host. So, hard to keep certain ideas down, but yeah, we're very happy that this is our news and it's you.
Keeping secrets from geocachers is not really easy to do.
No.
You'll find. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jesse, thanks for being a part of the announcement with
Thank you
us.
for letting me get on here for a
Thanks,
minute.
Jesse. Have a good
And
night.
take care.
We'll see you
All
soon.
right. You too. You'll do great.
All right. I hope so. Big
Oh,
shoes
you
to fill to, sit in this seat next to Emily. So
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to watching. See you
All right.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
All
So
right.
one
Well,
of the,
welcome, Tim.
thanks. And one of the things that I really liked that Jeff did was talking about numbers and statistics because, I'm a computer guy. And so doing that kind of stuff has been always kind of fun. And so Jeff did some things with Project GC that got a little deep for me. And shortly I'll stop my ode to Jeff. But what I really liked about challenges is knowing A, how many there are, and B, where they are, because I find challenges. And so I took some of those numbers and I've been working on that so that I found that currently, as of January the 2nd, there are 36,018 active challenge caches in the worldwide. And that's a change from only 35,711 in December. So we only went up by 307 challenge caches. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that benchmark challenges are now no longer part of the geocaching website.
Right. When were they archived? Did we have a specific date about that? I can't remember.
It was sometime after the first of the year.
Uh-huh.
And when I was looking at some challenges earlier today, just to see if they had gone away yet, one of the benchmark challenges here in Michigan has been archived. And so I suspect that they've gone through and eliminated them.
Okay. So we went down a little bit from that project, but new challenges are still coming out because the numbers still went up.
New challenges are still coming out. United States dropped a whole bunch, but they still lead the world in the number of challenges. You can find 15,400 challenges in the United States.
Okay, cool.
And the top 10, as you might expect, California, Texas, Florida, Michigan, Minnesota, Arizona, Utah, Wisconsin, Kentucky, and Oregon are the top 10 states.
Cool. Are those in order that you read them?
Yeah, top 10. Yep. Number one is
Cool.
California, and they've just got so much land mass that,
Right.
it's hard. They have so many caches and so many stuffs. But I think one of the interesting pieces was for our international folks. And the USA, number one, again, we got a lot of land mass. Number two is Germany. And I think
Cool.
everybody knows that there's a lot of geocachers in Germany.
Right.
You might be surprised by number 3, which is Canada. Norway is number 4, and
Cool.
France is number 5.
That's awesome.
And only because I met Kitty Cash earlier this year, Australia sits in the number 8 spot. So come on, Australia, you need some more challenge.
Kitty, it's up to you. Cool. Very cool. All right. Well, Tim, thank you. I'm excited I'm glad that you're a stats guy. I love stats too, but I think you love stats at a much different, higher level than I do. So it'd be great to have this have this input on our show.
Cool.
Good. And it makes me feel like I need to get out there and find Oregon has like some dense areas of challenges, and I never get to those dense areas. So it's needed. I need to get there. Sometimes I just end up doing a lot of other bigger trips, but I need to do some local travel for those. Yeah.
Over here, we call that road trip.
Yes, exactly. And one of them is like in Bend. And so, safe winter travel is something, to consider. And I live on the coast now. I don't travel in snow anymore, so I have to think about that carefully when I make those trip plans. But I need to make those plans. Well, thank you.
Cool.
And so, Tim, how has your caching month been, even with challenges?
It's been a pretty good month. I haven't done a lot of challenges specifically in December, early January. I was trying to finish out my year. I was working on trying to get 200 caches per month at minimum. And December took quite a bit of work to get there. And I finished out the year, one of my best years ever, 4,022 caches. I was trying to do
Nice.
double 40, 44, but I couldn't get there. So 40,
Just
22
didn't.
is a very good year.
That's amazing.
So I did that. How about
Well
you?
done.
What did you?
Well,
How did
I
you finish
did.
the year?
Yeah, I did finish the year at 1,035 fines. So that was my
Well done.
biggest year by 30. Yeah, like I said last month, when I saw that it could be a possibility, I thought, well, let's make it happen. And it didn't turn out to be too hard. And what's interesting is I had more Adventure Lab finds this year than any other type combined. So it's just interesting how the scene of geocaching is changing because of Adventure Labs. And so that's probably really what put me over the top of being of the year being so big for me.
Yeah, I noticed that too, that adventures are now like number 3 in my list.
And of your type found?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're my number 2 behind traditional.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just because he asked, Houston, Texas, Dave asked, where's Alaska? Alaska is actually number 44 on the list. So,
of challenge density.
yeah, of challenges. So each month I hope to keep that stat updated, and I'll bring the top 10 and let people know who changes.
Yeah. Do you know
where
what
we go.
state is least? Wyoming, maybe, or Montana? I'm just taking a guess based on population.
That's a good guess. Geocache HQ counts it as a state, but Washington D.C., which is not really a state, they only have 3, but they do have a challenge cache. Wyoming is number 50 in terms of real actual states, and they have 14.
Okay.
So you can find a challenge cache in every state. You can find a challenge cache in most every country.
Very good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I also had a neat thing happen. So yesterday I got a new Geo rig, and so I'm excited about that. And I needed a cache because I'm at the tail end of filling in my geocache calendar to have 3 finds per date. I decided to do that last January, but last January I wasn't sure if I wanted 2 or 3 finds per date. And then I decided I could feasibly do 3. So I have 1 more date in January, and then I'll have 3 finds per calendar date. But what was really neat was I was like, I'm at this car dealership. It's taking forever. It's getting dark. What can I find? I open up the app. There was a challenge cache right across the way. So this is me. This is my new rig and my challenge cache find, and I'm happy. I love my new car. So
look at
that. Was pretty fun.
Is that
Ford Bronco Sport?
Okay, Ford Bronco Sport. Nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah. So new Geo rig. It's got goat modes. I mean, that's amazing. I'm just ready to go geocaching this year. Ready for anything. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that'll give me a reason to come out and join you. So
there we go.
You got your Hello 2023 souvenir then?
Yes. I always, even though they have extended the amount of time these days, these past few years, I do like to go out on January 1st. And I, for the first time in a few years, I did a polar bear plunge. So we had a polar bear plunge event. So that was my first find of the year.
All right. Because you know that was that's something that HQ published recently.
Yeah.
Was
the list
when you can get your souvenirs. And I know there's a lot of souvenir challenges out there. Yeah. So, yep, I published a cache on the first. I did
good for you.
One of my bridge events. It started on Saturday night at 10:30 and ended at 12:30. And this year I did a puzzle cache theme. I took the puzzles from Cache Fest and I tweaked them up a little bit and put them into a packet, and I gave them out at my event, and people were working furiously on them. And there was an adventure lab to go with the puzzles, and you had to complete the adventure lab to get the codes for the cache, and then the cache published on the first. So
very nice.
Yeah,
That's
I managed
creative.
to get both at one time, which was fun.
That's great. I love it. I love fun stuff like that. I love ideas to try to use somehow in the future. Yeah. Well, good.
Cool. So we didn't plan a lot of, topics tonight, just you and I kind of hanging out and talking about challenges, but, going down that souvenir road, how have you done on the Labyrinth?
So I got the Labyrinth done last month. So one day of geocaching got me started and finished. So I'm kind of playing it cool, but that does affect my caching a little bit. So it's, I've got an adventure lab at that little town over there and that little town up that way. And I'm like, well, so right now I'm 360 some caches away from 10,000. So you guys have heard me say, like, I want 10,000. I want to be there. So give me all the caches. But at the same time, I want to save the caches maybe for February when the new Labyrinth starts, because, get them now, get them later. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get them.
Right.
But it kind of holds me back a bit because I want to be able to make sure I get those souvenirs and give me all the souvenirs too. Give me everything geocaching.
Well, and that's the good part because, as a reminder for everybody else, February 6th is what starts the new and the last Labyrinth. So if you have been able to find all the Labyrinth pieces throughout, then they have that bonus souvenir for coming out about April 2nd.
Souvenir. Yeah. Good.
Which I'm kind of excited to see what that one is, because so far, knock on wood, I've been able to do the Labyrinth each month. So, I've been working that too.
Good. I enjoy anything that geocaching puts out. I'll do it.
Cool.
I'll do it. It's a challenge, right?
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Betcha. It's not a challenge cache, but challenge accepted. So and they published the souvenirs for the rest of the year. The list are, CITO season dates. And of course, they're doing the hider souvenir again for 2023. Hopefully, I want to try to make my first hide of 2023 a challenge cache. I have a few ideas running around in my head. I also, as I was playing a game, I was thinking I could turn this game into a puzzle cache. So I need to work on the challenge idea first, get that one out, and then work on my puzzle cache.
Good. Yeah, and I had some dates in front of me that the Blue Switch Day is going to be May 1st through the May 3rd. You got 3 days to get that one. International Geocaching Day is August the 19th. And I heard that they were going to try to set a record again on that day. That's one of the only one-day souvenirs. And to try to reset a record, and hopefully we can promote it better, longer, and make that a reality.
Yeah, why not?
And then Earth Cache Weekend is October 7th and 8th. And then we'll say goodbye to 2023 at the end of December, and that'll be like a week-long thing.
Yeah, and there's a second CITO season in the fall type.
Yes. I didn't talk about the CITO seasons, but March 1 through May 31st. Season 1, and September 1 through November 30th. So you get 3 months. 3 months to do a CITO event in season 1 and season 2. Last year, I think I missed the second CITO year, the CITO souvenir. I know I missed one for sure, and I don't like to miss souvenirs either because there's too many challenges based on souvenirs.
Yeah. I like them. And of course, or I should say, if history is going to repeat itself, Groundspeak will give us some kind of new challenge after Signals Labyrinth. So we have something probably to look forward to. Probably not too long after. So we'll just have to wait and see what that turns out to be.
Cool. I was just kind of looking over the chat and talking about Tom, that he's not into polar bear swimming down in Texas.
You know what? It slightly feels like cheating. The ocean really isn't that cold where I live, so it's not that hard to do it.
We didn't have ice in Michigan this year, but for the new year, but I didn't go in either because the water is definitely in the 30s to 40, low 40 degrees. So that's not
That's
my
colder
idea
than
of fun.
Yeah.
So as we walk down the challenge road, what comes to mind as your favorite challenge that you have found, completed, working on, and why?
So I had a few, I thought ahead about this, and I had a few different ones that kind of really stood out for different reasons. And some of them are old challenges that, couldn't be published today, but they still really stood out, and it still exists. It's out there. And so one is GC 1D075. And this is called Utah's Trackable Icon Challenge. And it's, when you look at the web page, I should have brought it up, guys. Sorry, I don't have it readily available. There's a bunch of icons, and you have to find geocoins, basically, travel bugs. I think it's 25 regular travel bugs, but then geocoins that are in the category of these trackables. And so there's things like green Jeeps, Civil War coins, state coins, holiday coins, Appalachian Trail coins. So when I first found this challenge, it was just a fun thing to go through my list of what had I found and what did I still need, just like any challenge cache. So that one was really memorable for me. I remember, oh yeah, there it is. So you can see all the little icons there. I just remember having fun digging through my statistics. And then one of the icons, you can see, maybe you can see it there. It's right in the middle and it's moving. And it's a moving icon. And I remember that was one that I really, really had to figure out how I was going to find that. And I remembered someone told me that they had one. And so I tracked that person back down to ask them if I could discover their trackable, because this is based on what you've discovered or moved. And so I had
challenge.
I had to discover their moving icon trackable to be able to qualify.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, well, so that was one that stuck out to me just because, like challenges, you got to dig deep, figure out if you do qualify, figure out what you got to do. And I just enjoyed that one when I came across it years ago now. And again, that's GC1D075.
Yeah, I think Derek brought that one up for us. So thanks, Derek. And
thanks. Thanks, Derek.
Yeah. For me, my favorite still has to be one called Romeo Bravo, BABBB, Red Baron Challenge. And it's GC 73 Kilo Foxtrot November. And for me, this one is kind of a well-rounded caching challenge, because you have to find so many of this event, so many of this, so many of that, X number. You have to fill out your calendar with caches, but you can only have 40 traditional caches in that calendar. The rest of the calendar has to be made up of other stuff. There we go. And so you can see there's a 366 calendar grid, and all the cache types count. The major cache types, adventures didn't count in this at the time that I was working with it. But there's a list of caches that you need. So you do need a webcam, and you need Where I Go, and you need to do a CETO. And so it's just a very well-rounded cacher in your experience? And there is a geochecker with it, so it qualifies for today. And this one is located in Nebraska. And I did this on a trip with
Right.
Neil
And
Moore and Gary B. GB.
Gary of the GBs said I found that one in 2020, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty. It is a popular challenge. I know a lot of people that have gone to that, and so that's probably remains
That's fun
my
because,
number
you
one.
know, yeah, that's great because it gives you a really meaningful cache that you're looking for, you know, instead of just which cache do I pick off the map today, you're going for something very specific.
Right, and it's not like I need to get 800 caches in a year or 800 caches in a month or 50 caches of this attribute. It's you got to do a little bit of everything. And so that's the one that I like. And, if you've got another one to talk about, I'll throw out the challenge to the chat room. And so for those of us, that are watching on that, let us know.
Yeah,
what is
we want to
your
know.
most
Yeah.
favorite cache? Challenge cache, that is, not cache. Challenge cache.
Right. And I do have another one. Challenge cache. Yeah. I've shared this with you guys before, I think way back on the first show, and I did pull this one up. And so this is Challenge 40 Tribute to Emily. So it's about me.
Oh.
But I just really was so thrilled when this challenge got published. And I think it can be easily replicated. So it's hidden by it says KT Triss, who's now goes by OTB Hiken. And when I turned 40, she found stats that could be based on the number 40. And so you could do this for other folks, any number, and it doesn't necessarily have to be these stats, but it was just great. She found 10 different ways to incorporate the number 40 for my birthday. So some of them are very simple, accumulated at least 40 souvenirs. And then some of them, I know other folks have told me they're still trying to qualify. They haven't got there. So I'm not sure I could say exactly which ones are more cult than others. I looked at this and I thought, how could I qualify for all this? But she did her homework well. I qualified for every one of these put into the requirements. So
Wow.
40 caches in 2 different states or equivalent. Yeah. 40 of 6 different types of geocaches, so 6 different icons, but at least 40 of each. 40 of the 6 different container types. So, it's just manipulate the numbers in any way and you can have a creative challenge. So yeah, that one's
That's cool.
Special one that I don't think I'll ever forget. I loved it.
But wait. And this came up in the chat room that you surprised the heck out of Hailmeister too.
Wait.
You're 40? Did I lose you again? You were actually 40 years old? No.
I'm over 40 years old now.
Really?
You can see when that was hidden.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't look at that. But wow. Well, congratulations. You absolutely do not look it. And I know that you're surprising folks in the chat room too. Me, I'm old as dirt, so it doesn't matter
awesome too. Thank you.
Gary put one up in the chat room. GC11E8N. Let's see what this one looks like.
Well-rounded.
This is one of his favorites. It's a oops, I brought the last one.
We have this one on the Wheel of Challenges.
Oh, we do?
Let me see. We do. Let me see if I can bring it up. It's loading. I have such slow internet for some reason tonight.
Are there? I know there are storms out in California.
Yeah, Jeff is saying the same thing. The California.
There
We
you
are
go.
supposed to
Okay,
get high
so
winds, but I don't think it's for you. I think it's just unfortunate.
so this one's a well-rounded fizzy challenge. To be able to claim at least one cache in all the 81s. That looks like a very difficult one. To claim this find, you will need to
Yes,
be
this one is very difficult. It's a 5-5.
Yeah. One cache of every difficult terrain combination. As part of those finds, you'll need to have at least one. Oh, one of each of the cache types. Okay, that's not so bad. I was thinking you needed a fizzy grid of every one of those.
Oh yeah,
So,
not possible. Like webcam caches
yeah, I was gonna say I don't think
and
there's
CETO
a
events.
fizzy of that. So yeah, that makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, there's
Yeah.
another one that I like that one. I'm going to make sure I qualify. It looks disabled right now, but a fun cache
Yes,
where,
it is.
again, it's not about, we are all about numbers, but ultimately it's about
We
how
are.
we enjoy the game. And I definitely like
Mhm.
getting out and enjoying the game and being well-rounded and well-versed.
Yeah. Yeah. So thanks. We got some other things in the chat.
Yep,
Jim
Jim's is pretty
says, my
good.
favorite was the Pyramid Challenge level 20, 2 years of geo trips to qualify, and still need to make a trip to find the actual cache. Yes, submit it when you do find it. We would love to know.
Yeah, let us know. That's a good one too. The Pyramid Challenge. Trying to highlight the code so I can kind of look while we talk at the same time to see
Sure.
how deep
Yeah,
and
because I don't
what these
quite know what the
require.
qualifiers for. Yeah. Oh, and jumping back to that California fizzy, all qualifiers must have been published before 2007. That's your
Oh,
difficulty. I knew there
okay.
was, I
Yeah.
knew there was more. That's your difficulty on that one.
Okay, so the Pyramid Challenge is one of those where you need to have days of caches found, but it must be exact. So
Oh,
day 1, you can only find one cache. Day 19, you have to find just 19 caches. And day 20 is 20 caches and everything in between. So it's not like one of those where you can find 50 caches in a day, and because you've exceeded it, you qualify for that number.
right.
You
And
have
this
to
is
hit the
this
mark.
is pre-moratorium, right?
Mm,
Because geocaching new
yeah,
challenge rules are not about keeping you from caching. They want you to go caching. So
correct.
you
This is
can't
a
have a challenge.
2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pre-moratorium. But a lot of the pre-moratoriums I really like. Um, and this is kind of one of those. I mean, it's challenging, it's difficult, and you plan for it.
Mm-hmm.
One of my least favorite are the streaky challenges, where you've got to find 366 days or X number of days of cemetery caches. To me, those are work, and this game should be fun. So,
Yeah, there's
yeah,
definitely some of the older, and we have some in our submissions for later in the show where people found some older challenges, and yeah, they just remind me of, I don't know, some good old times with old challenges. Acorn Mama says some of my early faves were easy challenges. I love challenges as soon as I learned they were a thing, and so many felt impossible that I was grateful to everyone who put out easy ones for newbies. Oh, that's great. I do. I remember first learning about challenge caches and having such excitement for realizing I could qualify for something. So yeah, I'm there with you. We gotta have something attainable, get people hooked and keep them coming back for more.
right. And Kitty Cash put one up as well. I'm gonna have to figure out how to bring people in from the chat room,
All right.
but she has one called Canberra's Toughest Challenge.
Okay.
And this one is a brute. It's a 5-5 challenge as well, that you have to find 10 of the hardest in different groups. And they give you a traditional group, a puzzle group, a multi-group, and you can find any of the groups, but you have to find all 10 in a group.
Are these specific caches, specifically
are.
named caches? Okay.
They're specific named caches, which is interesting to see how they would chant it. They're not all D5 fives. So if I look at their traditional cache, I wonder if I can I share my screen? Bear with me at home because I'm new to this. Looks
But
like
you're willing to learn. That's great.
I'm willing to learn. Absolutely. Let's see how that goes. Am I sharing? There it
there
is.
you go. Well done.
Woohoo! Even looks about the right size. So again, it's GC2J9GX. And here's the traditional. So you can see there's a D3 T5, a D2.5 T5. So a lot of heavy terrain, but a T4, T4.5 with a difficulty 2. So they might be tree climbs.
Right.
I haven't been to Canberra yet, so I'm saying yet because I was on a podcast a couple weeks ago where I talked about scuba diving, and Kitty Catch is going after her scuba certification. So
all right. Sounds
next time we get
fun.
together, we can go out together.
Yeah, the question is, which country will it be in?
That's a good question. She'll probably come to the States before I get down to Australia.
All right, that's fun. That's great.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, good. Nicole B. Genius said, I don't have the GC, but my favorite involves attributes. Currently working on finding 100 caches with negative attributes. Harder than I thought. I like those too. I think it's very fun when people do an attribute and then when they combine different attributes to make an even more specific theme. I think attribute challenges are fun.
Oh, and I have to learn to read on the fly better. Kitty Catch says you have to find all 30 of those caches, not one in each group.
Oh, so not
all 30.
Okay, that's a challenge.
Yeah. So 10 of the traditionals, 10 puzzles, and 10 multis, and they're all, D2s, D3s, but the high terrain complex. So that is a good. I would like that one. Although being as old as I am, that might be a little bit of a challenge. Getting up those trees is hard for me these days.
Always something to work for. Tom, look towards. Yeah. Tom said no one in Texas liked the 31 Days of August souvenirs, but we did survive it. So yeah, that's an example of a streak where we all streaked in August of that one year. I can't remember the year off the top of my head, but Groundspeak was offering a souvenir for each day of August. And a lot of people did it. A lot of people did it and didn't like it. But yep. Some places were
I
more
started
brutal
late
than
on
others.
that challenge.
Oh, did you?
I missed. I knew it was coming and then forgot what day it started and picked it up on the weekend. So I started at like the 7th and finished out the month. And yeah, I found it really difficult to find a cache and find the time to go get a cache during the week while I was working.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I know a lot of people did. It was a fun challenge to try, but yeah, that was one of those streaks that started me in the, I don't want to go for a 360 challenge. It's just not.
No, I'm never going to be that person. I had a streak longer than the 31 Days of August when I relocated to Oregon and wasn't working yet. But no, not as a working person.
Right. Well, and I retired last year, so I have got a current streak going. I've needed some challenge caches to keep those days going, which I know is sort of bending the rules, but I can admit to bending the rules here and there for a streak, and I don't know when I'll finish it. I'm getting tired of it right now, so it may not last much longer.
Cool. Any other challenges for you, Tim, to highlight?
That was the one. That's the one that I
That's
really
your main
like.
one.
Cool. That's my main go-to. When anybody asks me about challenges, that's the one I go to. We have a challenge trail in Michigan that I've talked to you about before, and I like that one because it is a diversified challenge of beginner, intermediate, and advanced level challenges. A lot of them are, finding 400 caches in the month of January. Any date, any day, just total of 400. Finding winter-friendly attributes. And again, a 400, 600, and 800 count, and be able to do those. So the challenge trails are fun. I'm really looking forward to trying to get down to Texas this year, A, to visit Tom, and B, to take on the Texas Longhorn Challenge.
Oh, cool.
Which is 250
that sounds
odd
so
nice.
Out
around Dallas. And TTO2 has done a really interesting job of an attribute fizzy. I know that one of them is to the tick attribute, to find caches that have the tick attribute in all 81 group boxes.
Cool.
I know looping your DT grid 45 times is under challenge. I'm not there yet. I've only got 12.
I've got 2. 2 loops.
Yeah. Some of them were intended to be, he planned the trail out that some would be accessible. Another one is to hit the 45,000 cache mark. So, that's a lot of caching for someone who's been in the game for a long time. So
yeah, I'm still.
But I'm looking forward to trying to get there and get that challenge trail. So those are the kind of things that make it fun for me. But like I said, when I think back of all the challenges that I found, the ones that want you to be well-rounded are probably my favorite. The other one that I like that you can't do anymore are to spell out your geocaching name. Get the current president's name, or the presidential race where you have to complete both candidates, and find caches that start with those names. So I do enjoy those kind of challenges too.
Yeah, those are fun. I do like an old challenge that's kind of the reason why they got rid of them, but I still like them.
Yep. I mean, some needed to go. Some that were just absurdly ridiculous, but I think they've made them a little bit easier now in some ways, and definitely not necessarily as much fun, but you have to be more creative with them when you build them to make them that much more fun.
Right. Hopefully it brings out good stuff, fun stuff. Well, Tim, you have our question for our live audience for our Wheel of Challenges game. And as a reminder, one live viewer each month will be selected to face off against the wheel to have a chance to win the grand prize of a 1-year membership on Project GC. And we do have a limit of 3 wins, so keep that in mind if you've already been a winner 3 times. But get your email apps ready to enter. Send an email with a subject containing "Spin Me," followed by your geocaching username in brackets, and the answer to the following question. So, Tim, what is our question?
All right. So I talked about countries that have the most active challenge caches. What was the number 4 country in the world?
Ooh, the number 4.
The number 4.
I like it. All right. So everyone start emailing in. And while we do, we got a little thing to show you guys. So Derek, take it away.
That's it?
That's it. What could it mean? We're not gonna spill those beans tonight.
Something about Cash Fest and a vault. Wow. Okay. Looking forward to more stuff coming.
All right. Well, I am getting some emails, but I don't have the correct answer yet. And
Oh, no.
I don't have too many emails. So if you think you're out, you're not out yet. Keep sending those in.
So we know that the United States was number 1, and we know that Germany was number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I did say that Australia was number 8. So
right.
that was so right. 3, 4, and 5.
If you sent a wrong answer, if I haven't said your name yet, you can try again. You can send me another email. See if we. I think this is the first time we haven't had the right answer come in swiftly.
Well, it's probably because I'm new and people were just awed by my presence.
Right, exactly. You are such a distraction to the actual topic tonight.
That doesn't bode well that my first question doesn't get answered a lot.
Oh, do I have it? 1 second. Let me double check. Yes. Okay. We have the correct answer. Yes. By Gary.
Well, and I'm sorry, Acorn Mama, because she said she knew, but she's already won 3 times. So A, congratulations. And B, thanks for letting somebody else win.
And Acorn Mama, I'll have to double check. You've played, but you haven't won 3 times, have you? We'll double check that. But tonight, Gary got in first with the correct answer, which was, Tim?
Norway.
That's right. So
yeah,
Norway
Canada was number 3, Norway number 4, and France number 5.
Yep. All right. So and Gary is wildly prolific. So
all right. Gary should.
Well, I'm
just put him on the 5-5 wheel to begin with.
We have a 1-star challenge. That's getting up here. This is the Mirror Challenge Cash. This is GC53 GPC. To log the cache, one must have found at least 2. This says 2x terrain 5 caches in 1 day. And I don't see a checker. That is not good for us. See here.
No, and I'm into. Well, it's okay though. You've got Gary's caching name. I can do this.
Yes. All right.
Profile stats.
You said you were in IT, Tim, right? You're an IT guy, so you'll come in and save the day for us.
Oh, I hope so.
No pressure, right?
All right. Gary is GBS. Give me Gary's geocaching handle.
Gary, can you confirm for us? Is it GB apostrophe S, GB, GBS? I know in your email you had GB apostrophe S. Okay, gotcha. Okay, GB apostrophe S. He says he definitely qualifies. We'll do the official checker on Tim's computer.
Okay, still working. Still working. Song and dance time.
Song and dance time. Well, Pizza Ninja is saying in the chat, as we look ahead to Cache Fest, and you're making your plans now because we'd love to see you in Memphis. July 12th is when the pre-events will start, and the Cache Fest main event is on Saturday, July 15th. So hopefully we'll see you guys in Memphis again this year.
I hope so. And I know we're going to have some fun stuff for folks to do again.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to having some really fun challenges again.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can.
Yeah, Tim and I are going to put our heads together. We're going to come up with good stuff for you guys for Challenge Academy.
Well, all right. I'm feeling miserably here. Why would be such an easy challenge? And I gotta believe Gary qualifies.
I know you guys. I really feel like he would, because Gary sends us in dozens and dozens of challenge caches that he has qualified for every month. So I appreciate that, Gary. I always like taking a scroll through what you submit. We can't possibly highlight them all. Maybe we could have a show notes section of Gary's finds, because it's just
that would be interesting. I can tell you he has not found this cache.
Okay, all right.
So we're gonna have to we're gonna have to punt on this one, Emily, because there's no checker available. I can't verify his find. So
guys, we're gonna say that Gary probably qualifies. We'll give a little yay, we think he does, and we'll definitely.
Gary has to send his qualifications.
Yeah, Gary will definitely let you know for sure, and we'll put it in our show notes. So just as a reminder, our show notes are always published after the show. You can go to the YouTube link for the show, and the show notes are linked in the show description. So we'll have it for sure there. Oh, Jeff is giving us a link. So maybe, Tim, that'll work out. And I'll get started on our submissions from you guys for our monthly challengers.
All right.
And so just as a reminder, every month we give a congratulatory shout out to listeners who email us proof of qualifying and logging a challenge cache since the last show. So anyone who sends an email to challengetalkpodcast@gmail.com with the GC code and a found it log, and if you want to include a photo, we'd like to share that, you'll be entered for a prize for a Challenge Talk path tag. So here's a few of the interesting challenges that were submitted this month. Pulling up the first that was featured. And so, one sec, there we go. This is the State Capitals Challenge. This was submitted by ZipperTiff. And I thought it was pretty cool. She submitted a number of challenges this month that had to do with counties. And so this one is finding a cache in 10 counties which contain a state capital. So that was just fun. I really enjoy map-based challenges. And this was a challenge that includes maps, but in a creative way. So I liked it. That's GC8C5KK. The next challenge is challenge 100 or more. And Acorn Mama submitted this cache. This is GC4WC6Q. And this is an old challenge, but it's just kind of fun. It's talking about the woes of boring cache logs, TFTC logs. And so the challenge for this cache is to write 100 words or more in your found log. And it says this type of hide usually only warrants a TFTC, so you'll have to get creative. So it's just challenging people to be more creative in their writing, which I like that. I always like to give a good log if I can, if I've got something decent to say, that. This next challenge was submitted by SimsQuest. And this is from Sea to Shining Sea Challenge. This is another one where it's map-based, but it's unique. So I really loved it. This is it's regarding the 39th parallel, which goes through parts of the following states: New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and California. You have to have found at least one cache in these states mentioned so that you have a string of caches. So it's kind of, like county strings that people have done before, nice. But specific to the 39th parallel. Yeah, so I really liked that. Another interesting challenge was submitted by Start Cacher, and this is the Periodic Table of Caching Challenge, GC4Q4AG, and this is finding 110 of 118 elements with their chemical symbol in the GC code. So that's really unique, huh? That one's pre-moratorium. Yeah, but you can see the table there. And there's a caveat because some letters are not in the GC codes. So there's substitutions that can be made. So for example, the number 0, if the letter O is part of the element. And so, so there is a checker that got created for this. But he noted that the checker appears to only be looking for 100 out of the 118 instead of the 110 in the description. So, he just noted, I wonder how many people are slipping through because the checker seems to be a little bit off. But yeah. All right. The next challenge we wanted to show. Okay, so how do I even say this? This was submitted by, and now I'm going to hopefully get your name right, Beds Defader and SK Jewel. And this is W Cash CWLD Cash LPC Challenge number 6 TGIF. That's a lot, huh? But this cache is to find a cache on a Friday on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th through the 31st of any month for a total of 31 caches. Find a cache on a Friday. Yeah, so you have to let the calendar do its thing and keep on rotating so you're finding caches on Fridays, right?
So it's always a Friday. Interesting that there's a checker for it.
Right. And let's see.
That's a good one. Where's that one? Arizona.
Arizona, hidden in 2018. Yeah. Yeah, so that one was interesting. Here's one of Gary's submissions. So Tim, this kind of went back to one of the things that you mentioned about TTOT's, one of his fizzies. This is a fizzy attributes, but it's the 24/7 attribute. And
okay.
I just thought that was cool because I even talked about attributes this month and how I like or attribute challenges, and I like those. But I don't think I've personally encountered fizzy attribute challenges. That's cool. I'm curious what fizzy attribute challenge I might qualify for. I don't even know. I feel like none.
There must be a mega attribute challenge checker.
Maybe so. Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah. Talk to one of my reviewer friends and do that.
Go ahead. Yeah.
That's how I talked to one of my my builder, the guys, and see if he can put that one together.
Yeah, that would be so good to use, right? All right, and then Kitty Cash submitted 2. I thought this one was really fun, and I am going to be qualified for this one come Wednesday. It's in California. I'll have to make a trip to find this one. This is the 5 consecutive year Geoversary Challenge, GC4R BRF, and it is about finding caches on your geo anniversary. So you have to start and find one on any given year on your anniversary, the day you logged your first cache, and then 5 years consecutively afterwards. And so I always like to get a cache on my geo anniversary, which is January 11th. So this week will be my 17th geocaching anniversary. And I looked, and even though I do it most years, I skipped a year somewhere in there. I think it might have been 2017 or something. So this will be my 6th, and then I'll qualify for this one. So this one just really resonated with me since it's something I'm doing this week.
Nice. I'll have to look at that. My geo anniversary is December the 27th. So I usually cache the week of Christmas to New Year's every year because I would always have it off work.
Mine being January 11th, I always have the challenge of it's a short day as far as daylight goes, and it's most of the time on a weekday. So I'm saving something as I get closer to it so that I have the ability to find something that is accessible, not in the pitch dark after work. Yeah.
There you go.
So that's what I did again this year. Yep. It's a 15-minute drive to the cache that I went on Wednesday, but I'll have just enough light. Yeah. All that good stuff.
All right. And now that I did it once, let me see if I can share my screen again.
Okay, sure.
Sorry, I'm stepping on you again. So where did I do? Why didn't it present?
That's all right.
Okay, because I've got Gary's information, and I have
Gary's results.
Gary's results. There it is. Yay! I knew Gary qualified, and I don't know why it wasn't bringing it up
official.
to me. Gary actually qualified in 2013 for this cache. He found a difficulty 2 and a difficulty 3 terrain 5 cache on that day. So congratulations, Gary. I'm glad we could prove it.
All right, Gary. We knew
Not
it.
that I doubted him in any way,
It's
but
good to see that big green check mark. Yeah. Cool. And then I just thought this cache was really neat from Kitty because she noted that she had never seen something like this before in her area, the Victoria County Road Atlas Challenge, GCY98X. And it says, grab yourself a copy of the UBD Victoria County Road Atlas and log the cache on every map page, all 38 of them. So it's very much like a DeLorme challenge for us. It was just interesting to know, never seen one in her. So it was inspirational to her to see one and then now to be able to work towards it.
I like that. Yeah.
So thank you guys for submitting those. Yeah. Get them while you can. And if you can still see them. For sending in those, we like to hear about them. We hope they inspire you in what you might be able to work towards or even hide in your area. And remember, for next month, send in your email before next month's show of challenges that you find between now and February 8th. Yeah, February 8th. No, I have it wrong. We'll get to that later. But anyways, Tim, can you believe it? We randomly select winners before the show, and GB's won this challenge. So congratulations, wow. Gary. You won both the Wheel of Challenges tonight and the monthly submission. So we'll be getting in touch with you to get you both of your prizes. I don't think we've ever had that happen before either on our show. So
I don't think so. A little bit of karma. So
yeah, how about it?
Right. So as we get ready to close the show, feedback is great. And we get a lot. We'd love to get your feedback from the chat room. We'd love to get feedback from our audience. What do you like about the show? What would you like to see differently? What can we do better? One of the things that we have for 2023 is we want to make Challenge Talk the best show that it can be, and we want to make it relevant to you. So let us know. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, we think you guys are a stellar audience. We love you that you come back every month and participate with us. And so we absolutely want to hear what's relevant to you guys. We thank you for being a loyal audience with us. We're serious. We want to hear from you. All right, Tim. So thank you very much. And again, welcome to the show. We're very glad to have you on Challenge Talk and as a part of the Geocache Talk Network.
Thanks. I look forward to it. And just so we know that next month is February the 5th. That's
right. Sunday. I knew as soon as I said it, I was wrong. February the 5th, the first Sunday. 5th. We've been a little off for January and December, so we're back to the first Sunday, February 5th. So we'll see you all then. Be sure to email us your submissions, and we look forward to it. So thanks for watching and listening. And remember, it's not about the numbers, it's about the challenge.
Challenge.